get onto your browser. You can also do this with your phone. You can do it with an iPad or with a computer. You go to our address, which is www.osborndrugs.com, and it brings up the Osborn Drug website. You click sign up for COVID-19 vaccine, and then it brings up the COVID-19 vaccine consent form. So we hit start. And the first question that we ask, and this is to make sure that we qualify for everything, when this pull down, it says, do we need to determine if you qualify? So over 65, essential worker, first responder, healthcare worker, person with a chronic condition. So if you're under 65 and have a chronic condition like hypertension, obesity, those kind of things, you can qualify to have your shot. So I want to say person with a chronic condition, and then you go to the next page every time you click. And so we're going to go here and fill out first and last name, and then address, and then your city, your state, and your zip, and then your date of birth. I guess I better type better than that, hadn't I? Your gender, male or female, your race, and they're using this to track making sure that minority populations are able to get the vaccine they need. So these questions are important. You fill those questions out, you put in your cell number. My typing's pretty poor. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 1. Okay. And you do not have to have another phone. Your email address, which is my email address.com. And then looks like it's not going to let you mess up. So it knows that that's not a proper email address. So this is me@gmail.com. And then your mother's maiden name. And then you tab to the next line and then put in your physician, your family practice physician. Then your emergency contact, which in John's relationship would be Jane Doe. Then we put in the number for the phone there. Then after you've done that, you're going to click and it's going to go down. It's going to ask you the screening questions. And we'll follow up with these screening questions when you come in. So fill them out and then we'll follow up with you on it. Are you feeling sick today? Have you ever received a COVID vaccine dose? Have you ever had an allergic reaction to PEG or polyethylene glycol or polysorbate? Have you ever had an allergic reaction to a previous COVID-19 vaccine? Have you ever had an allergic reaction to any other vaccine other than COVID-19? Now, what they're talking about is usually anaphylactic reactions, not rash or muscle pain or things like that. Have you ever had a severe allergic reaction, anaphylaxis to something other than a component of the COVID vaccine? Have you received any vaccine in the last 14 days? Have you ever had a positive test for COVID-19 or has a healthcare provider ever told you that you had COVID-19? Have you ever received passive antibiotic therapy for COVID-19? This would be referred to as the BAM treatment or BAM treatment. Do you have a weakened immune system caused by something like HIV or cancer, or do you take immunosuppressive drug therapies? A lot of times people that have these situations, we would have them go talk to their physician to make sure they're okay to get the vaccine. Do you have a bleeding disorder or take a blood thinner? And the answer is yes or no there. And in my case, I am not pregnant or breastfeeding, so feel good there. If you've had the previous vaccine and we're going for a second dose, this is where you would put what brand you had before. Then we go down, and this is the consent boxes. So the first box says you understand the risk of COVID-19 and that it's been authorized for emergency use. Then it says, I understand that the COVID vaccine requires 2 vaccine doses. We are giving Moderna usually, so there's 28 days between the first dose and the second dose. The new Johnson & Johnson vaccine is starting to ship this week, so that's a one and done type deal, but for these vaccines, they are 21 or 28 days. I agree to stay 15 minutes or longer if indicated by the vaccine administrator. Based on your side effects and your history, will determine whether you wait 15 minutes or 30. I understand that I will be receiving this vaccination at no cost to me. The nice thing is the government has already bought the vaccine, and so there is no charge to any citizen. The vaccine is only available to anyone, no matter if they're insured or uninsured. So we have a couple of boxes here. One is if you're insured, and then if you'd like, if you have your phone, you can just take a picture of your Medicare card, the new number, or your insurance card and load it, or you can, in a computer, you can drag it here. With a phone, it's real easy, you just take a picture. If you are uninsured, you still can get the vaccine. We just are required a social security number, a state ID, like a driver's license, and the state that it comes from. So we would have that to bill for that. Then you would sign. I'm really bad at this, but this is the way that you sign electronically. It has your date you're signed, and then you submit consent form. And that's it. You now have filled out the consent form. So what this does is you can download the form yourself if you like, but what it does, it sends that form to us. And then once we get that form, we will print it out. We will call you back and schedule a time. So as you see, it doesn't take long to do. It's very easy. If you have problems and don't have access to a computer, or can't get it filled out, if you want to come by the store, we'll be glad to help you try to fill out the form and get your time scheduled. It's a little difficult with the phone calls right now, trying to answer all the phone calls. So we're referring everybody to the website to start the process, and then we'll call you. It's an exciting time for our country. It's our first step to get back to the new normal. And we are excited to be chosen to provide the vaccine and administer it to you.